Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and of course, welcome back to Blitz Village. It looks like it is monster madness outside. Holy moly! It really is monster madness. My goodness. Where the heck did all those guys come from? Time set 0. There we go. Alright, now they're gonna go burn, baby, burn, let's go inferno. But nonetheless, of course, welcome back to the Blitz Village episode. I know I haven't done one of these in a little while. Now, I want to get this out of the way. Do I dislike Minecraft? Absolutely not. I have enjoyed Minecraft more than I ever thought I would. I honestly thought that I would... I'll be honest with you guys. When I initially bought Minecraft, I thought that I would not like this game. I thought it was kind of silly, and I didn't see the point of it. I've fallen in love with the game, and the main reason why I wasn't recording is, if you didn't know, I suffered like basically some memory problems, not myself, for my computer. That sounded wrong. And as a result of that, I couldn't record. And Minecraft I only have on this PC, and my mom's laptop cannot be running on that. Like, the laptop is not strong enough to run Minecraft and Bandicam at the same time. So that's why I couldn't record. So don't worry, you're going to get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday a brand new episode of Minecraft. Then we're going to go back to regular schedule. So we'll have Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and then again, of course, on Monday, another episode. So, of course, let's get it rolling. But first, we got a little shout-out of 2 people who submitted pictures to me on my Twitter account. So if you want to be featured in the images section, definitely submit that. Go ahead and do that. So first off, we have got the submission from Daniel Murthy, who submitted, look at this really cool Avengers Tower. That is pretty gosh darn cool. It looks like the A could be centered a little bit better. But that being said, I mean, I'm not good at doing that kind of stuff, so that's probably 10,000 times better than what I could do. So nicely done. Good job, Daniel. Nicely done on you there. So pretty cool submission. But next up, we've got a submission from Valdemar J. Rude, or J. Rod, maybe. I'm really sorry that I'm mispronouncing your name, but this, like, seriously, guys, this is the coolest thing that anyone has ever done in terms of fan art so far for the channel. I don't receive a lot of fan art. Like, every now and then I'll receive an email with a fan art. But this thing, look at this. He created Blitzwinger, the brand new Blitzwinger design, which, by the way, I'm going to make a video about that, talking about the redesign. I've got t-shirts coming up, guys, which is going to be pretty cool as well. So we're going to have Blitz Army t-shirts, which are going to look pretty awesome. But nonetheless, this is very cool. Look at this. He built him from the top to the bottom to the everything. Just so cool. I'm so pumped up about this. I cannot wait to play around with this. In fact, just so you know, I have dual monitors, and I'm going to make one of my monitors, the wallpaper on one of those monitors is going to be this thing, just because I'm so pumped up by this particular showcase, which is pretty flipping awesome. What is that? Oh, that's zombie meat. Alrighty, but today, of course, we're going to keep working on our weapon shop. That's what we're going to get to work on today. So, I waited for your reactions, and it seems like most people, I don't know if it's to my surprise necessarily, but most people kind of said that they would prefer just kind of the corner designs, in terms of just have like all the swords here, all the axes or pickaxes in another corner, etc, etc, etc. So, it sounds pretty simplistic, and let's get it rolling, shall we? Okay, so of course, guys, do not forget that on the next episode, we will most likely begin a new build, which means that you could start leaving your suggestions and opinions and thoughts and stuff like that, and if one of your comments gets chosen, of course, you get a little shout out, which is pretty cool. So I think birch wood is going to look pretty cool, actually, to kind of, I want to kind of create like a pathway so that you don't just walk in and you got like a plethora of stuff in front of you, because that's how I want to do the supermarket. Like, I want to make it like you walk in and it's just overwhelming by how much stuff there is. With this, I kind of want to make it almost more, not claustrophobic, because that sounds negative, but kind of more, you know, not dumbed down either. I'm not sure exactly what the right word would be even for this particular design, but I think you'll understand once I've got it all laid out. I think that's when it will make sense. I want to almost make it kind of an X design, you know, where there's like a big X running through the entire room. That's the idea here. So we'll just have that going all the way over here. Then I think it'll be kind of cool. You know what to do, actually? Hey, what the? Why is the trick not working? Hey, trick. Used to work when I clicked on stuff and I would get... There we go. I was just about to complain, and then the trick worked. Looks like we need a little more light, don't we? Okay, and then we could put some, like, maybe a little resting area over there. So, we'll have this going... Ah, actually... I don't know, now that I think about it, maybe I should have it going off of this, right? That way, as you come in... So, then, that would mean I need to take down some of this walls, right? Some of these walls, I should say. Proper English, Blitzwinger, speak it! But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the support. I really love the fact that so many people ask me whether or not I'm done with Blitzwinger, with BlitzVillage, just because. And of course, guys, don't worry about Blitzcraft either. The main reason I haven't done that, and I know, like, some people are gonna say, "Ooh, you're just making excuses," but I honestly, the only reason I haven't done that for now is because I've been having a little bit of difficulties figuring out which camera settings to get it back to work on, because it was going out of sync constantly, which wasn't. Very fun to deal with all the time, because you're trying to record and then you're like out of sync again, and then you're like, oh god, like, please stay in sync, and it just over and over and over again, it just continuously goes out of sync, and it's just frustrating. So that's the main reason why I stopped that for now, but don't worry, that's coming back. Probably, actually, you might actually see an episode on Sunday, just because I think I've got it set up now properly to where I would feel comfortable recording. Actually, I really like this look, kind of. That looks really pretty, actually. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I really like that. That looks nice. There we go. Alrighty, so now we got to get ourselves some chests. But yeah, I really appreciate the fact that so many of you guys actually care to, like, you know, email me and stuff like that, because honestly, that's the greatest compliment you could get, is that people actually care. It's not like a case of... You guys, like, I know a lot of YouTubers would be like, oh, you're just annoying me, why are you sending me so many messages? But to me, it's almost like, it's humbling to think that there are so many people that just want to watch your videos, and I just really, really appreciate that. So thank you guys so much. I cannot thank you guys enough. So I think what we're going to do is just kind of do this style. Whoops, okay. So what I'm going to do is go in here. Whoops, go into combat. And let's put, I guess, swords, or at least diamond swords. Okay, what was it? How do I select, like, a lot of them? Can I not make it, like... Oh, because weapons don't stack, do they? Oh, goodness gracious. So this is going to be a sucky situation, I think. If I do this, does it appear in my inventory, I wonder? Wait... Well, one appeared. I'm not sure if that's from the same exact case or not. Oh, okay. Whoa! What the... So, you get the concept, right? In terms of what I'm trying to do here. So, basically, we'll have diamond swords like that. How many do we got right now in here? We got 6. So, let's go with 7. Because 7's my lucky number. That would be a good little number to have. Plus, you don't want to have a bunch of... diamond swords. I mean, that makes no sense. Why would you want to just offer like an endless supply of diamond swords, right? So we'll have 7 over there. Then we'll go into our golden sword stash. So we're just gonna... It doesn't want to go into my backpack. I thought it was... Was it alt? No, it wasn't. Ah. Okay. I just got to do it the tedious way. I'm sorry. But nonetheless, we place that upon there. That looks like a really cool sword, by the way. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support, as I was saying before. But the other thing is, some people have asked me, why is number 7 your lucky number? And I think a lot of people don't have an explanation. A lot of people just pick number 7 just because it's number 7. But for me, I actually have a pretty legitimate reason for it. And first of all, I was born on August 7th. By the way, my birthday's coming up, which is pretty cool. So I'm probably going to be taking a week off during that time. Not because... I don't want to make videos, just because I'm going to be spending a lot of time with my cousins who are coming from all the way from Israel, so it's going to be very cool. But don't worry, I'm going to be recording a lot of videos so that by the time that I go on vacation, there should be a week's worth of videos up for you guys to enjoy and watch. So, again, I always look out for you guys, just because you guys are my homies. That's how well, that sounded wrong. You guys are my bros. Let's put it that way. Okay, so, let's go ahead and place some wooden swords in here. Okay, so that looks pretty nice, huh? So this is our... Do we have any other swords? Oh yeah, iron sword. Gosh, how could I forget about the iron sword? Well, this is a little problematic. Where do I put the iron stuff? I could... this is odd. Where do I put the... I could put it over here, I guess, right? Just kind of like that. That works. So the iron sword shall go upon this place, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the other... So yeah, I was born on August 7th, but that's not the only reason why I like the number 7. My mom was born on the 7th of the month as well, and so was my dad. So, I mean, everybody, basically, my mom, my dad, and me were all born on the 7th of the month. Of different months, but not... But still, the fact is that it was always the 7th. Plus, when I was much younger, I was much more religious. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not religious at all now. I just don't want to talk about that kind of stuff anyway. I don't want to bring up religious talk during while you're playing video games, you know what I mean? If I were to make a separate video about something like that, maybe I would discuss it at some point. But for now, I don't want to talk about it. But nonetheless, the main thing is that... when I was much more religious, you know, God created the universe in 7 days or 6 days, and then he rested on the 7th, but still. And I found that to be significant as well. So I was like, you know what? I'll definitely just make number 7 my lucky number. So there you go. I know some people are going to say, oh, that's a completely ridiculous story, but I don't know. I really think that it's, at least I've got a pretty valid, somewhat valid explanation as to why I have... a particular... Oh god, am I even gonna have enough room? I'm thinking now. Pickaxe, axe. Huh. Well, I guess we're gonna have to make more room, actually, now that I think about it, because we've got a lot of tools. Okay, so we're gonna load all this suckers up. And that looks really cool. I like that. That's a very cool look right there. Now I got some golden shovels. Whoops. Golden shovels, I said. I said golden shovels, for God's sake. Oh god, please. No, thank you. This and that. There we go. Open this up. Bang, 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 and bang. Alrighty. So yeah, I'd love to know what your lucky number is as well. That's basically what I was going to. I love how I go absolutely backwards about anything that I want to converse with people. I start with the end, and then I get to the beginning. But yeah, basically I just wanted you guys to share what your favorite number is. And on top of that, if you have a special story behind it, it could be just your favorite number for the sake of being a favorite number, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is absolutely fine by me, and I think by most everyone. And if they say, oh, that's a stupid reason to have it, who cares? It doesn't matter. It's your favorite number, not theirs, so it doesn't matter what they tell you. But nonetheless, I would love to hear some, maybe some people do have like some cool stories about why they chose their number. Maybe they had some sort of a random occurrence of events where this number kept reoccurring, and it just made you think like, hey, I should make this number my favorite number. So, yeah. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna get the wooden ones done up right now. And place that upon there. The wooden one looks kind of cooler, honestly, than some of the other ones, doesn't it? Just because it's got kind of a cool look up at the top there. So there are a shovel, little places. I guess we could put little signs as well. That would be kind of cool, right? Oh, whoops. I should place something over here, shouldn't I? There we go. That looks nicer. So, now, what I'm thinking we should do... Well, first of all, there's someone knocking on the door, so... Time set 0. Did I set it to 0? Or no? Nope. Did not work. Okay. So, / time set. Okay, could I type any worse? Okay, what is going on? Time set 0. There we go. There we go. Got nice and bright outside. So, what I'm thinking we could do here is we could make this side a little bit bigger. And then we could put pickaxes and axes on this side. And then, over on this side, we'll put, let's say, just, actually first, I guess I should do this as well. Because that looks nice, right? Look at that. Wow. This is actually pretty cool looking. I really like the architecture design here. Okay, so, let's get setting up. This will go here. This will go here. And don't worry, I know that you can make a dual chest. I just don't want to make them dual chests for now. I just want to kind of keep the designs pretty simplistic, at least for the time being. We could always make them more complex. Plus, you could always make them more complex because you could download the seed and... not just the seed, sorry, but the actual map because I always post it for you guys. Alright, so I'm going to grab the diamond pickaxe and put the torch away. Come on. Come on, pickaxe. Work with me, please, my friend. But yeah, I remember I had one buddy. He had a really cool reason for his favorite number. And basically, he would always like buy... They had a lot of pets. And this is a friend of mine from Israel. If you're watching, what's up, Costa? That's his name, and that's how it's pronounced, I guess, with an English accent. So it sounds weird. But nonetheless, basically... they would buy a lot of pets, like his family, his mom would. She liked pets and everything. But the odd thing was that they bought pets over and over and over and over and over again, and many of them were born on the 23rd of a different month. And it was so bizarre because he told me like it was literally just. Oh, look at that! That's cool. I like that. I like how you could actually turn it around. I didn't even know that before. But basically, like they bought a hamster. It was on the 23rd of I think October or something like that. Then they bought. What was it that they bought next? It wasn't the dog that they bought next. I think it was like some... not fish. I don't even remember. I don't remember what it was. But something. They bought some sort of another pet. And I think maybe it was a parrot, actually, now that I think about it. But whatever it was, nonetheless, it was, again, a case of the same exact time. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to make that my lucky number. And it was kind of like, I don't know, I just find it cool how people pick something like as silly as a lucky number, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, it is a very, very silly thing as it is. Like, oh, I have a lucky number. What does that mean? Like, if you have that lucky number, does that mean that you win the lottery or something? No, but we still all have one, right? Even the people who are, like, not superstitious and stuff like that, they still have a lucky number, which is so bizarre, but they do. So I always found that to be interesting, and I think that a lot of times people have really cool stories to tell with that. So that's why I would like you guys to go ahead and, if you want, if you're comfortable, of course, share yours. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this real quick now. I'm just going to keep this symmetrical, at least attempt to do so. Okay, so post the little frames up above. There we go. Oh, whoops. Okay, I guess that was a little different. There we go. So, now we are going to put the axes on this side. So we're going to grab our... Oh, God, I forgot the wooden pickaxe, didn't I? Ay. How do I always forget one of you? I'm sorry, guys. Okay, that actually looks nice, because it's very consistent. Kind of like a whole lap around of goodies, which is pretty cool. So, let's go ahead and finish off the wooden pickaxes. So that's going to be very nice. And then, of course, all we got to do is the axes and I don't remember how you pronounce them correctly. It's H-O... I don't remember what they're called. H-O-E, yeah. It sounds like a bad word, ho, but I'm sure that that's not what it means. That's the funny thing is, like, I don't know if I shared this before, but I remember when I came to Canada, there was a lot of things with English that I found very bizarre. Like, overall, if you're not a native English speaker, you probably know what I mean. Like, when I just started learning how to read and everything, like, why do English people write no with a K in front? Like, it made so little sense to me. And I remember that kind of stuff would just be like, it wouldn't, like, annoy me or anything. I'd just be like, why do they do that? Like, that makes no sense. Why put a K in front and then, when you're writing it, and then when you're pronouncing it, you just say no. So it was just like kind of all these different things would just frustrate me about like English writing that I just found like frustrating that and probably, I mean, the main reason why I found it frustrating is because it was difficult to learn the language quickly. I still did pretty well. Like I was able to relatively quickly speak, not fluently, but with ease. I could keep up a conversation with a native speaker and things like that. And again, I prided myself on that because instead of like most of my friends who are like, let's say, Hebrew speaking or Russian speaking, what they did is hung out with people who were also, and you know, their native language is Russian, Hebrew, and things like that. And that allows them to, of course, be comfortable and speak that language and not feel so alienated with others. But what I did instead was I basically made friends strictly with English native speakers. And I did that on purpose because I felt like that would be the best way for me to force myself to learn the language quicker. So that's what I did. I just made friends with only people who were like strictly English speakers, and I would force myself to try to converse with them and basically just kind of trying to repeat their dialect and the way that they were pronouncing things, because that's the most toughest part, is like the pronunciation, because a lot of times things sound a certain way, but then when you try to say them, you pronounce them very, very funnily, or in a funny way, I should say. Funnily, that's not even a word. God, there I go, talking about how I can speak English, but then I can't speak it whatsoever. But yeah. That was basically something that I just did to pick up English quickly. So if you're not a native English speaker, because some people have asked me about that, that they're not native English speakers, and how was I able to become a quick learner, that's the trick, I guess. That was the trick that I used, at least. I just basically forced myself to speak the language, and that's all. And it was embarrassing at times, yeah, because there were moments where I would interact with people where they obviously are native with the language and I wasn't, so I felt very, very uncomfortable at times, because they would say something. It's the worst feeling in the world when someone says something and you just say yes, but realistically you have no flipping clue what they just said. I remember that was my biggest struggle in school, was that I would always just have such a hard time with like tests and things like that, because a teacher would tell me like, okay, so all you got to do is find x and in this equation, for whatever, maybe, I don't know, I don't even remember what we studied in grade 9, probably ymx plus b or something like that, like some simplistic equations, and she would say something, and then she would explain to me like the setting of the question, and I'll be like, oh, okay, sounds good, and then as soon as she walks away, I'm like, what the hell did she just say? Like, I understood like the third word, and I think the fifth word, but then it was just clueless, so I would just sit there and I would like, it was basically like deciphering an ancient language, but I mean, somehow I still managed to study very well and everything, so it was a lot of hard work. It's not easy to learn the language, but I think I always find it yeah, I do find it disrespectful if you're a person who moves into a different country and you don't bother to learn their language. I find that very, very disrespectful, because I think that that's, you're being kind of I don't want to say a jerk, but at least that's the least you could do. And I understand if you're an older person, because like if you're an older person, it is much more difficult to learn a language, just because it is a very, very long process and a tedious process, because your brain obviously doesn't comprehend things in a quick of a manner. So if you're like, let's say if you're an elder person, definitely I think that that's okay that you don't learn the language whatsoever. But honestly, if you're like under 50 years old, I think that you have to learn the language. At least you have to be able to maintain a communication. And I know so many people in Canada that just cannot speak English whatsoever. And I find that like almost annoying that they don't bother. Like they just like whatever. Like my kids know how to speak it, so they'll take care of me. But to me, it's like you got to learn at least the basics. You know what I mean? But now that I went off on a cool little tangent rant, just talking with you guys, sharing things, because that's what we do here. That's how we roll. I'm going to grab these birchwood stairs and just make a little seating area, because I think that will look a little cool. Actually, there we go. That looks pretty neato, doesn't it? So you get to just come down over here and just have a little sit down if you wanted to. And I guess we could do the same over to this area. Actually, what we should do is we should place probably like kind of like a cash register type thing over here. So I'm just going to do this. And then I think that would look cool, actually. The little nether brick. Oh god, that looks terrifying. But actually pretty cool. Okay, and I guess we could place something onto the counter here, just so that it looks an enchantment table won't represent. I thought something that represents a kind of like a cash register, but it's not really anything that necessarily looks like one. I guess I could, I don't know, an ender chest, but I don't think it's going to look very good. Whoa. Okay, that is the greatest cash register ever. And at the same time, the creepiest one ever. Okay, so I'm just going to place a flower pot. That would look cool. Just going to put a flower pot and, of course, put some roses inside, and there we go. And there's a little weapons shop. I think it looks fantastic. I honestly think that it turned out even better than I thought. I think it's simplistic, but at the same time, I think simplicity often is the best key to success. So you just walk in, you got a couple of choices, you turn, you got a whole bunch of pickaxes and axes, you got all your hoes over here. Again, insert jokes there. Got some shovels, got, of course, our swords, which is pretty cool. And then over time, of course, we could add more inventory to the place, like maybe arrows, bows and arrows and things like that. So yeah, pretty cool stuff indeed. So there you have it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Blitz Village. We are back at it, baby, and I'll get you guys in the next episode. Of course, do not forget to leave your suggestions, because if your suggestion gets chosen, then of course you get to get a shout out, which is pretty cool. But the town is slowly coming together, and yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that I added a little path from the police department to the bank, or it will lead to the bank, I should say, and one that leads to the weapon shop as well. And I really like the fact that we're pretty close to this village, because we could start adding them and including them in our town. Now, one thing that a couple of people have asked me to do is actually create a barricade, so kind of like barricade our own land, which would be quite a giant wall. But what I'm thinking I'm going to do is, if you guys don't mind, let me know by writing, along with your comment, yay, if you guys want to do kind of like a couple of Q&A episodes. So basically, I'll just record myself building a wall, and then I'll announce when I'm doing those episodes, and you guys will just send in whatever questions you want, and I'll just answer and discuss them and whatever it may be, and it should be kind of a fun little relaxing episode that we could put together. So yeah, I'll just wait for your response and see whether or not we actually go ahead through with that particular project. So that being said, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. Of course, do not forget to like the video, share the video with your family and friends, favorite the video, and of course, do not forget to subscribe if you haven't yet to the Blitzwinger channel. Alrighty, guys, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later.